Hey everybody, this is me, Edward Jones. I'm doing another video on a first aid kit that I've put together and I've maintained for some time. I would say maybe about a year and a half. I've been steadily building onto it. Actually, I've actually had this container. I had this very container since 2007. When I was in college, I actually got this for the purpose of making a first aid kit, though it didn't have this label on it or anything like that. But I kept it under my bed in my dorm, and I had all my bandages and alcohol pads and whatnot. And I guess as time has gone on, I kept the container and decided to just keep adding on to it. But I'd say I really started adding on and improving this for about maybe a year and a half ago. Maybe I'm gonna open it up and show you some things I've done so far. As I've labeled it, first aid. Let's see. You see that little note right there where it says ORS? It's actually a recipe for oral rehydration salts. And this is 3 tablespoons of sugar, 1 teaspoon of salt for 1 quart of water. I figured, I've been dehydrated once before and I had to go to the hospital for it. And, God forbid ever happens again, I have a recipe I can put together, with some of the preps I've saved up to remedy that. Or if not me, to help someone else. See, I have these individual bags for keeping small items like medicine or batteries, what have you. Put it to the side. I did a previous video on foot care. I use this foot powder just about every day, or rather every time I get out the shower. I think I've had this container since maybe 2012, so it's been lasting pretty long. Still has a lot of powder in there. I have some Mucinex, some allergy medicine. I actually had a cold not too long ago. Around Thursday, I was coming down with something, and I haven't had to use any of these. Maybe I think actually I took one Benadryl at work, but yeah, this is some of the medicine I just keep. I bought this box of gloves, as I also did another video, on hand protection. If I had to take care of any wounds I may have or wounds someone else have, this would be a great addition to anyone's first aid kit. You keep your hands protected and also keep the wound free from any debris that may be on your hands. Right here, I have assorted bandages. I have small ones. I have one butterfly bandage right there. And they go in different sizes. There's some that are about, like kind of like pads, like maybe like 3 by 5 inch bandages. And here's another big pad right here, and just some bandages I keep on hand. In case of emergency. I get cuts and scrapes in the kind of lifestyle I have. Working on bikes or working on guns, or working in a garden, working with tools. So it was good to have bandages on hand. Some rubbing alcohol, some peroxide, some Gold Bond medicated body powder. I bought this recently for, I believe it was for my neck. I wear an apron a lot, and sometimes I may get a rash around my neck, and this is to help help soothe any sores I may get from wearing an apron for an extended period of time. Here's some alcohol pads. I just actually replenished these. I've been out for some time. It's always good to go through the stuff that you have and make sure that it's up to date and that it's well stocked. Some Vaseline for cuts and scrapes. Some vitamin C. This is a really old bottle, but I guess I haven't gotten around throwing it out. It's a more current bottle. Oops. And it's good to have, for like I said, I took maybe 2 of these when I had my cold the last few days. some clear medical tape, good for wrapping bandages. Some these are like fabric tape. This is a bit stronger. I found that I've had to use it for an injury I've had recently on my hands. Some stretch bandages. These are good for wrapping up something that a bandage won't really stick to. These will hold gauze onto pretty well. Right there. Some more vitamin C. Try to stay healthy. This is a little tank that I have for one of my inhalers. I'm asthmatic, but I haven't had really any issues with my asthma as of recently. But I guess I keep this on hand. There's a little bit of medicine left inside. I guess it's hard for me to let go of things. I've been carrying an inhaler since I was, I think in first grade. Yeah, I think I was 6. Some pain pills. This is some aspirin, 50 milligrams, 500 milligrams. Sorry. So I got some anti-itch cream. This is real good for cause I've had issues where I go to Manning and I do some yard work for my grandparents, and I get sand fleas all over me. And this has been real helpful in taking care of my legs after having to deal with those little bastards. There's a bottle I've been using right now. Some cortisone 10, different types of Neosporin. This is a new item I bought. It's called a silver solution, and it's to help cut down on infections that you may have. I just have to reposition myself. You may have any wounds. It's antimicrobial gel, and it worked like I said before, with my hands. It worked real well in aiding in the healing of my hands. Some Carmex, for when the wind blows. In this container, I have assorted gauze. First, a good pair of scissors. I recommend that you include this in your first aid kit, because it makes cutting bandages a whole lot easier. It is also good for cutting through clothing if you have an injury that you're only able to take off your shirt or your pants with. This is great to have. These are moist bandages. If you get it's called second skin. And so if you have a burn injury, these are good to have on standby. Some more tape. Lots of gauze pads. You see how many of that's right there. I even have more in my closet. I never know how severe an injury may get, so I always want to make sure that I have enough of these pads on hand. And I just recently fell in love with these roll-up gauze. Now, these, if you look in your store, these are, I guess, a bit expensive depending on what your budget is, but they are extremely useful when it comes to wrapping up wounds. If you have a few rolls of this, along with some good tape or one of these roll-up bandages, it makes taking care of wounds a whole lot easier. And it was also good, like I said before, to have a pair of scissors to where you can cut the appropriate length for each bandage. I have a couple of rolls of these. I plan on buying more. I think I have more of these in my closet. And that's that. That's my first aid kit. I will steadily improve upon it as time goes on. Add things, take out things, add more things, and I encourage any young preppers out there who are just starting off to at least to try to have a first aid kit on hand. You never know when you have to take care of an injury of some sort. But that's it. That's my video. I'm Edward Jones, and you have a nice day.